I'm also really, really proud of Mike for basically with Iacus's power set recreating the version 1.0 WoW Tauren, who couldn't get mounts but could run really, really fast and just got faster scaling movement powers as they leveled up. So speaking of scaling powers, or scaly powers, as it were, there's a dragon.
I was going to say, this is not the world where Galdrien is turning into a black dragon.
He's turning into a blue dragon, which is worse.
Well, that blue.
Mike, go stand in the corner.
I'm sitting in the corner. Thank you very much.
Go sit on a D4.
Oh,
Ow.
I like you too much, D4s. To punish you like that, not like I'm sitting on D4s all the time anyway.
We have super pointy D4s over here.
Yeah, I know. I tried to pick one of yours up by just grabbing a handful of dice, and I done goofed.
Yeah! Spell, we love you.
We got the blatant set.
Not a sponsor, but
But
You could be.
if you want
I'd
to,
buy enough of your stuff.
I was going to say, if you want to send us dice, we'll
Oh, yes.
happily roll them.
Oh, yes.
And for $5, we can tell other dice companies to go fuck themselves.
I really want to spark a dice war. Just be the armament supplier for this.
Hey, Mimic Dice. Y'all are getting off the ground. Send a message. $5.
It's the best advertising you'll ever have. So, let's see. How do I segue that?
Dice. Fuckboys.
Speaking of traitorous fuckboy dice, welcome to the Average Adventuring Party podcast.
Okay, where's the rest?
New year, new podcast. New podcast. Who dis?
Is that all you got?
Chirp, 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 chirp.
I mean, I guess if you really want me to call you average, where the party may be average, but their adventures are not.
Yes, better average than too short.
Where the rolls may be below average, but the girth is pretty impressive, actually.
The length of the rolls is questionable. They're pretty short, but
Hey, easy there. Sometimes it goes 2 hours.
sometimes you roll with multiple dice.
Although, to be fair, he has to trim it back.
Yeah. So, just a preemptive apology for that last episode. We lost track of time, and the raw audio was almost 3 hours, and I trimmed almost an hour out of it. So you guys got a double length episode for Christmas and not New Year's. You're welcome. So speaking of being welcome, what happened last time, you guys?
So using, with Kree's help, we were able to sneak onto, into the Lunar Storm compound. Galdrien was able to get into the building where he had first, quote-unquote, met his father. Everything was in the exact same state that it was, including the fire still burning and the body still bleeding. And so that's when he really realized that something is wrong. And he ended up turning himself into the, after helping one of the guards get laid, probably, he turned himself into the other guards that had come to arrest him for, breaking in to the building that no one was supposed to be in and nobody else could get in. And while he was being detained, that genie that he had, quote unquote, defeated with the help of Rhys.
And only Rhys and nobody else.
Nobody else helped. Everyone else just just let it all happen. Just rolled back and let it happen. No, everyone helped, but he tried to use his wish to say, like, I want to be able to talk to my parents, and the genie was like, I can't give you something you already have, and that frustrated him even more because he had no idea what they were talking about. But then he decided to use the wish to see who was commissioning these duels against him, and he found out that it was the Sky Dweller. So he has no idea why. For a second, he thought his dad was the Sky Dweller, but then realized that the necklace that he had was actually able to talk to his parents' souls in the afterlife, and actually was able to find out that his dad had died before he was born. So he still needs to go back into that building to use the recording stone that Kree got him. But after Rhys got a letter of injunction, the guards just kind of stopped guarding him anyway. They didn't really care. So that's where we left off. It was with Galdrien having just gotten done talking to his parents via the necklace.
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
I think that song's still copyrighted too. So that's
Well, I
all we
used
can
less than
afford.
13 seconds of it. Free use. Free use.
And as they
I
say,
don't think that's what that means.
the day
I
was
think
always-
that's fair use. Free use is something really different.
¿Por qué no los dos?
As they say, the day was saved by legal injunction. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, by the time Rhys had actually gotten to you with his, he had picked up some of his own men, as well as, leading a small complement of compound guards. By the time he got back, you had already been released for a while by one of the guards themselves, so you could teach them card games. And through various misunderstandings and shift changes, Galdrien was just left alone with his stuff, and all of this went down. As you're standing around there, your parents kind of fade out. You realize that necklace had been kind of subtly vibrating in your hands and getting warm. And whenever they stop talking, it stops vibrating and just feels like metal again.
Could anyone else hear?
Yes,
them?
everyone else heard it.
When you had it on.
That's right. Just wanted to clarify that because it's been a long time. So Galdrien will kind of look around, and then as soon as he sees Kree, he's like, I need to get back in there. I totally forgot.
One of the guards says, well, point of order. While you're not under arrest, and he looks at Rhys for confirmation, you can't be here.
Right. What if I had an escort, and you made sure that as soon as I was done with my business, that I left?
Well, your business was delivering a letter.
You just heard me talk to the late Lord Lunarstorm, didn't you?
I certainly saw you using some kind of magical artifact to speak to someone claiming to be Lord Lunarstorm.
Dad!
Magical entities are not considered legally binding, so unfortunately, you don't believe that'll hold water.
Well, I'm not a lawyer. I mean, I'm studying to be one, but...
Tell you what, you let me just go into that building real quick and use this recording stone, and I will make sure that your fees and tuition for your first year of lawyer school are paid for.
Well, here's the thing, and I appreciate the offer, but if you go back through whatever field of energy that is, then we can't remove you. So why don't we just escort you to the gate?
How about we tie a rope around his waist to let him walk in, and when you guys get pissed off enough, I pull him out.
But couldn't he just take the rope off? Because there wouldn't be anybody in there with him.
Not the way I tie knots.
One of the guards like opens his mouth and
Galdrien opens his mouth and is like,
I would like you to think over whether you want the answers to those questions or not. And think hard.
mouth
Rhys
just-
actually opens his mouth and was like, we'll talk.
maybe there's something that I can leave to some sort of deposit to ensure that I will leave in a timely manner.
One of the guards says, "Okay."
You could poison him and have the antidote so that if he didn't come out in time, he'd die.
No,
No.
that's actually not the worst thing that I've...
He says, "Is this the only way you're going to leave?"
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And he raises his hand, and everyone just points crossbows at your whole party. And he goes, "You have 2 minutes. And if you're not back by then we're going to have an entirely different conversation."
Right, and Galdrien's just going to book it. It wasn't that far, right?
No, it was... You were escorted from there to a nearby barracks.
So he's just going to run. Like,
Should
sorry, I'm not going to let them shoot you.
Should we just wait here?
One of the guards says, "If you move, I'm going to shoot you."
Okay. And she's just like gonna sit down cross-legged, and maybe the room shakes a little bit because she's a 9-foot tall woman.
Yeah, y'all are just outside this barracks near picnic tables. Galdrien gets to that building, goes inside. Everything is exactly as you left it.
He's going to really quickly take out the recording stone, and he's just going to get a whole bunch of pictures of like the claw marks, the burn marks, his father's body, and then the window where it looked like something came in.
Okay.
And he knows exactly what he's looking for. And once he's done with that, he is just going to come right back out.
Yep. You book it. You have one set of crime scene photos.
So what is your favorite knot? I like the over-under and then you pull, but...
Yeah, when you get back, the guards are still pointing crossbows. One of them has a pocket watch and is kind of just holding it and looking at you. One of the guards still has a crossbow pointed, but is actively going over knots with Saiyna.
And Rhys.
All right. I got what I needed. We can leave.
Kree has been sitting on top of Jola's head.
As a cat? Or
As a cat.
I was like... All right, and...
Does she keep wrapping her fluffy tail around Jula's eyes?
No, pretty much. Does Jola normally wear a helmet of any kind?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's basically got like her 2 front paws just like hooked under the chin straps. So whenever you turn, you just have this like cat tail that goes with it.
Now, here's the real question. Is Jola allergic to cats or no?
No. Thank God.
She's only allergic to cats when Galdrien strangles her.
I mean, yeah.
So you get back, the guard says, "All right, I'm about out of favors for the day."
I taught you how to play cards.
No, that was my brother. I just came on shift.
Oh, I can teach you how to play cards real quick.
So you can beat your brother.
No, I
It's a
think
freebie.
I think we're good.
All right, your brother's going to kick your ass, though.
Well, that's fine. This way, please. And he just gestures.
All right. And Galdrien will wave everyone on and follow after them.
It's several miles to the nearest exit. When you approach the gate, it slowly starts to open. And standing on the other side of the gate, there is a figure in what looked like the tattered remains of this black funerary robe. It's got maybe like a 6-foot tall greatsword, like stuck in the ground in front of it, and is just leaning on it. Under the hood, there is a very skeletal face that is just watching you, and in the eye sockets are just these bright blue flames, and it's just kind of tapping its fingers on its arm, and you just hear like clink and clink, clink and clink, clink and clink, as bones are clinking against metal plate armor.
Galdrien's just gonna look away and keep walking.
Yeah.
Is Galdrien the only one who can see it?
No, you all can see it.
It's not a challenge if I don't know it's a challenge.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
So, as you pass through, this thing's maybe 20, 30 feet off from the gate. Like, basically as close as it can get without the guards saying something to it. And it's just sitting there. It watches you come out. Watches you start to walk away.
Galdrien finally turns back towards us. Well, what do you want?
Just raises a hand and points at you.
I'm flattered, but you're I prefer them with a little meat on their bones.
I think he has a bone to pick with you.
It looks at Rhys and just holds up one bony middle finger. It looks over at Galdrien.
All right, you want to do this
You have the option of saying no.
and losing something, which
But
I don't know.
you don't know what.
It pulls its sword up out of the ground and just slings it over its shoulder and starts walking. If you remember, there's maybe like 100 foot or so just walkway that's made of dirt between the walls and where the city proper starts.
The killing field.
We prefer to refer to it as the security zone.
The dead zone. Gotcha.
It walks right about into the middle of it, and the crowds start to just scatter away from it.
So, do you talk at all? As Galdrien sets down his bag and hands over the recording stone to probably to Jolo, and just starts doing his stretches.
When you go to hand that stone to Jola, Kree just like reaches down with her mouth and grabs it and then bounds off of Jola. And
I'm gonna try to grab her.
yeah, you go to grab her. Hold on.
You gotta take some claw damage.
Oh my. Yeah, you get, like, as you pick her up, she's still got this stone in her mouth, and she's doing that weird wiggly caterpillar thing that cats do when they don't want you to hold them, and you just catch 5 across the eyes multiple times, and she's just like bap 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 bap. And eventually she, like, you go to bring her in, and she just puts both back legs on your face and kicks off.
They really don't like when you do that.
When you ask if the thing can speak, it nods and like pulls its hood back, and it has what looks like a plate mail helmet. So just think of that classic like bucket helmet. And where there would be a tassel on top, it's just this rotten, it looks like a horse mane. And it nods, points at you and says, "Son." And then it points to Rhys and says, "Son." And then it points to Jola and says, "Daughter." And then it takes its sword, slings it off of its shoulder,
There
Am
is
I
no
chopped liver?
there is no way I am related to that thing.
I'm gonna cast an attack at it.
So-
Actually, no, I'm not.
So here's what I would like you guys to do. The first thing, the three of you,
Okay.
roll me a good old initiative check.
And remember, you get +2.
Okay.
So 25.
16.
4.
Oh, I was gonna say that's real low,
Don't you
but
get bonus?
I don't get.
she doesn't get that bonus.
Oh.
So
Oh, well, do you add your level? No, I get that though. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So 11.
does anyone get lower than or higher than a 24?
I did. I got a 25.
Okay.
Thanks to that +2.
Right. So, calculating,
Calculating.
reticulating splines.
Relocating llamas.
Building a dispenser.
Not enough pylons. Need more pylons.
Erecting a dispenser. Dispensing an erection.
Now, wait a minute.
That one's for you, TF2 community.
That's all in the background.
So, Galdrien, you are the only one, and Saiyna, you need to roll one as well.
You said you threes.
Yes.
So you
What
get
was-
the +2 also.
Plus 2.
But Saina's about to beat our ass. Wait,
Yes. 29.
Oh my.
Oh,
Okay.
My initiative is a plus 11.
So,
I rolled a
Saiyna's
16.
is going to be first.
what? I don't math.
Well, of course, somebody's about to hurt Galdrien.
Hey, for a little while there, I was chopped liver.
Who says you're not still?
My initiative roll.
All right. So who was next? Galdrien.
yes.
And then Rhys, and then Jola. So the three of you who failed that, or the two of you who failed that initial, while you're trying to figure out what to do, several bony hands just come up out of the ground and latch onto you.
I do not consent.
So the two of you are going to start this combat engaged with each other. Congratulations!
So I use
Mazel
my
tov.
action to kill myself.
No, I have a better one. I have something that allows us to free ourselves from engagement.
Yes, it's called an annulment.
So let me get some tokens out here.
It's called my moment of glory.
That's what I call it too.
I'm going to set this box of dice and tokens down, fully well knowing that the minute I get up for a break, I'm going to kick it and stuff's going to go everywhere. All right, so go ahead and put y'all's guys on the board. That's very appropriate for Saiyna. The biggest dice on.
I mean, I have a chunk. I might as well use it.
She is not chunky. She is very well proportioned for a four-armed giant goddess of a woman.
But I mean, in comparison to the D4 that's out here. D6, sorry.
All right, so I'm going to turn this so that I can see the numbers. So, Rhys and Jola, these undead hands start pulling themselves up and soon resolve themselves into full-on undead zombie type creatures. They are particularly offensive, both visually and their smell is something of note. For Galdrien, you recognize at least one of them. Standing over there, pulling himself up, is the corpse of Rincewind the Blade.
Does he at least have pants on?
He does, but they are ripped and tattered, and he does not, in fact, have a blade. He looks worse for wear.
They call him the Dagger now.
So, Saiyna, as you see all this, a couple of these creatures grab Rhys, which isn't very hard because, yeah. A couple of them grab Jola, which isn't very hard because she is also short of stature. And then a bunch of them appear in front of you and Galdrien at the command of this sword-wielding, robed figure. He points at you two in your direction and looks like he is about to launch himself your way.
So before this round starts, I'm going to choose Rhys as the Radiant Aura receiver.
So what does that do?
The ally, when the ally is targeted by a natural attack roll of 10 or more, they and me heal 2d6 damage before taking any damage.
Oh, there you go.
And it's double the amount if the attack is critical.
So I just got to hit you for attack roll less than 10, more than 12 damage. I got it. Thanks for clearing that up for me. However, Saiyna, it is your turn.
Before we get started here, I'm going to do my roll for possible terrain stunt. Where? Okay, 2. Let's see here. I guess I'm gonna get in front of Galdrien and pummel the closest zombie to him.
All right, so each of these is a group of 2.
Okay. I can't read the number, but whatever that is.
So
closest.
there's 3, 4, and 5. So 4 is the closest one to you.
Okay, number 4.
Chunk, 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 chunk.
Okay, going on the melee attack pummel. It's versus PD.
Okay.
Ooh, math.
You guys
been a
still do
minute.
that?
You roll the clicky clacks.
31.
31 versus PD is surprising no one. A hit on zombies.
Yes. The target is grabbed and suffers a -5 penalty to disengage, cannot cast spells, and suffers a -4 penalty to attacks, unless it comes from a natural attack like bite claws.
Okay.
At the start of their turn, they take 15 damage. At the end of their turn, they must make an 11+ save or begin suffocating. It's kind of dead, so maybe not.
They are immune to suffocation.
After several failed saves that do not have to be cumulative, the enemy goes unconscious or dies. Mooks get 1 failed save, normals get 2 failed saves,
Okay.
2 times strength, large, 4 failed saves.
Okay.
So,
So,
does it take damage now too?
no.
Okay.
If I'm remembering how that's written, it's basically the longer you hold on to them, the more damage it deals.
Okay, cool.
So you just reach over and grab these 2 things and start banging them against each other to seemingly little effect.
That's 2 things that are not going to grab Galdrien.
Speaking of Galdrien, this skeletal creature is going to point at you. Its eyes are just going to flare from blue to red.
Did it have a higher than a 25 initiative?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
And it's going to make an attack on you. That is an 18 versus MD.
No, just barely no.
Just barely no. So you start feeling this like tugging at your feet as more of these hands just burst out of the ground and try to hold you down. And at the last second, it swings its sword, and this just great arc of black and purple crackling energy flies toward you, and you're able to just duck out of the way. It looks, if possible, even angrier than before, but it's going to stand its ground for the moment.
This is the big guy that just swung at me?
Correct.
All right.
So the group that's on Rhys, one of these creatures has a hold of you and is going to try and slam you into the ground.
Okay.
I would really like to roll above a 10, please.
Does that trigger your thing?
It does not. Does a 17 hit your AC?
No.
Okay.
He rolled an 8.
The same for Jola. They are going to try and pull you not just to the ground, but into the ground.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Does a 20 hit your AC?
No. My AC? No.
Nope.
Nope.
How do you guys get such high AC?
Because I have armor.
Oh, I forgot that y'all have them on boards that are facing.
Yeah.
We did that for you. So
Listen, guys. It's been well before Christmas since we last played 13th Age. Right. Well, that was ineffective. However, Saiyna, you have made yourself a wonderful target. These things are just going to start grouping up on you.
Cool.
Does...
Use a different dice, man.
Yeah, I'm going to use a
No!
different...
No! What are you saying?
So, a couple of them start to scrabble at you, but is not able to hit you.
Guess I shouldn't be rooting for
Yeah,
the
I
DM.
know.
Is that what you're saying?
The group that you had a hold of,
Uh-huh.
they failed their save.
Okay. Are they mooks or normals?
They are mooks.
Yeah, about that. They take 15 damage and they die.
Okay, so
Or, you know,
how do you kill those guys?
let's do the, start banging their heads together for a while, and then just, super hug, and they just disintegrate.
Yeah, all right. Saiyna gives the hug of doom, and these two zombies just split apart.
With
The-
added smash with the foot.
The group that's led by Rincewind the Blade is going to try and charge Galdrien, since he's busy ducking out of the way of that horrid energy blast. Good lord. I would settle for rolling above a 6 now. 15, 18, 19. Does a 19 hit your AC?
Yeah, it does. I don't know why, but my AC is much lower than the rest of the party.
All right, so you're going to take...
Don't you have armor?
I have a +1 to my physical defense.
his armor lets him allocate
Yeah.
to various things. You're going to take 8 damage.
I don't think I updated my character sheet from my last long rest. So,
Well, joke's on you. You didn't get one. So, yeah, the corpse of Rincewind comes in as you're ducking one way. He basically goes to attack you, falls in front of you, and trips you up, so you fall directly into the arms of this other one, who just starts wailing on you with both arms in a very uncoordinated manner. But it is your turn.
okay, I'm going to do
Don't I go before him?
You went first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Quick
We're
action.
Still the same round.
I'm going to use the Armor of the Forbidden Music.
But that's forbidden.
Yes, it's going to increase my AC by 3. And then
That's help.
I will go ahead and use my action to cast... You said there's a group on me, right?
Correct. So if you try to cast a ranged spell, they'll get
I
some...
think all my spells are close quarters anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going to do Power Chord.
Wow.
Targets 1d3 enemies in a group. You said it's a group of 2?
It is a group of 2.
It targets 2 enemies in the group. Charisma plus level versus mental defense.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Something they don't have?
Probably have negative.
Let's see. Is a 13 going to hit their mental defense?
Yes.
Because that was a 4 on the die. So,
Their mental defense is literally as low as it is possible for them to go.
okay. So 1d12. This is third level, so it's going to be 2d12 charisma plus charisma psychic damage. Is anyone else engaged with them?
Just you.
Just me? Okay. So 13 plus charisma, so it is going to hit them both for 18 psychic damage.
Both for 18. So that is group number 5.
And I can't use that for the rest of the battle.
Surprisingly, does not kill them.
Can I use my... Oh, is it a... Can I go ahead and try to use my move to disengage from them?
Yes.
I have to roll.
So right now you need a 12 or better.
Okay. That is a 15.
Yep. So you are free to move about the cabin.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and try to engage the ones that have wrists grabbed. So if someone could just slide me over. Oh, wait, I might actually be the closest one. No, wait. Okay, you got it.
All right. So Galdrien runs across the battlefield, starts trying to pull Rhys out of the paws of this horrible, terrible, stinky critter. But it is Rhys's turn.
So I'm going to do a close attack. I'm going to do my phase shroud and being in the winter garb, we'll see what that does. That's a nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
So 29 versus MD.
You narrowly obliterate it.
Let's see. It does 10 psychic damage, and the target takes 10 psychic damage each time it attacks sorcerer or their allies. It's a natural even hit, so increase it for all parts by 5. So they take each enemy engaged with me takes 15 psychic damage, and they'll take 15 each time they attack.
Is that including your critical modifier?
No, what's the critical modifier?
Double.
So that's 30 psychic damage, and they'll take 30 each time they attack.
Well, they'll take 30 once because they both die. What does your face shroud look like when you kill them?
So they grab me, and I'm sitting here wiggling around, not liking it one bit. And so, just because I'm in winter form, just a wall of dark ice encases up around their arms and around them. And then I just go, and hit them, and they just crumble and shatter.
Well, I had come to try to get you free, but it looks like you got that handle on your own.
Thank you. I'm not Phoenix Wright. I'm not going to go, Objection!
Maybe you should be. Is that all that you want to do? You're now free and clear of those guys.
I'm gonna move between Saiyna and Jola just to position myself for future targeting.
Speaking of Jola,
So who all's engaged?
right now it's just you and those 2 zombies. And then Saiyna is engaged with 2 zombies. And then there is
Some free floating zombies.
this, yeah.
Do you have a quick action or something?
Yeah, I just realized because I crit, when I deal a crit hit, it applies a mathematic effect for free. So I'm seeing if there's anything free that would help the others. No. No, there's not. Sorry to interrupt.
You sure?
Far spell, actually. I could increase the target to long range now. I'm gonna gain 8 temporary hit points for rejuvenating.
Okay.
I'm at 24. It's important.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Jola.
What time of day is it?
I think it was afternoon. Y'all had spent the better part of the day traveling to the compound, getting into the compound, waiting around while Galdrien was arrested, waiting around after Galdrien was arrested.
Walking across the compound.
Yeah, walking across the compound. So yeah, it's probably like dinner time. Which, speaking of, there are now actually a bunch of people who have stopped with food, on like outside of this combat, and are just kind of like watching you chowing down.
We're dinner entertainment.
Yeah. Congratulations, Galdrien. You're once again an entertainer.
Dinner theater.
So,
Are you not entertained?
Rhys is still near me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can attack him for free whenever you
Yeah.
want.
It's part of your class first.
I think I'm gonna use my paladin shield as damage.
Is it close or ranged?
It says melee or ranged.
Yes. So are you going to use it on the group attached to you?
Yes.
Okay.
So my question is on this one.
Mm-hmm.
This one.
Okay.
Is that like a quick action that I can also do? Or does this take up my action?
No, you can just do it. It's a free action.
It's a free action, okay. Okay, but I'm still gonna use my paladin shield. So that is a 16
Versus?
AC.
Is that including your escalation die?
Oh, no, it's not. 18.
18 is a hit.
So it's 10 holy damage plus 1d8 damage per point of escalation die. So that means I roll 2d8?
Yes.
Because I'm at a 2. Oh, 13. So 10 plus 13, 23 holy damage.
So what does your holy shield look like as you kill these 2 zombies attached to you?
I've done a lot of bright light type stuff, so we'll say this one is like stars shooting out of my shield. And it shoots towards Rhys because a nearby ally can gain +2 to all defenses until the end of my next turn.
All right.
Thank you.
So all these stars shoot out and just disintegrate these zombies.
I see what you're doing, highlighting me for more attacks.
You do still
Yes,
have.
I am absolutely.
You still have a move and a minor if you would like to use them.
Yes. Let's move up to the big guy.
This guy?
Number 5. Wait, is number 5 the big guy?
No, number 5 is the group of zombies containing Rincewind.
Oh,
It might be useful to tie them up.
yeah, I was gonna say I'll move up to them.
Okay.
Number 7 is
Jola hustles across the battlefield.
And then, so Saiyna's the only one engaged, right?
Correct.
And otherwise, the big guy is right there.
Yes.
So can I ask how many of you are gonna go after the big guy this next
I'm
turn?
gonna try to hit him from range before I move in.
Okay. Then can I use my moment of glory?
I mean, if you would like to.
I would like to use my moment of glory because you're all nearby, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, all nearby allies may pop free from engaged enemies as a free action. If you do so, you can roll your recovery die and regain double the hit points. If you do not,
Oh, wait.
your next attack that hits deals plus 4d6 additional damage.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
So, if you decide not to engage, which really the only one that's engaged is Saiyna, then you two will add plus 4d6 additional damage on your next attack that hits.
It's pretty
Do you
handy.
want to pop free or do you want to do more damage? Pop free and heal or do more damage?
Well, I'm going for the zombies that are up in my face, so I don't think I'm
More
gonna.
damage.
Well, no, I don't think I'm gonna need the more damage.
All right. Well, you still get it, whether you need it or not.
Well, I'm gonna heal. I am down by 10 points.
Okay.
So
So,
you're gonna go ahead and pop free, and then
yep.
And
So,
then heal. So
'Cause you
you
can still
roll your
intercept them.
recovery dice and regain double the hit points.
that's all you're missing.
Yeah.
yep. So what
I'm
does
not, I'm not gonna roll all of them.
what does your moment of glory look like, since this is the first time we're seeing it?
It just kind of looks like everybody in the party just all of a sudden starts raising their arms up like we won and yay. And they either choose to heal or they get blessed with extra
I
damage.
feel a holy power. I'm gonna hit something. God, this is. God!
That's what's weird.
Explains why I'm doing more damage. Get it off!
So
And don't forget you have plus two to defense, all defenses.
if someone has a D6, I can borrow for the escalation die. It's now round 2, so the escalation die is 1, except for Jola, who's special.
Yep. -3.
Saiyna, you are filled with the holy healing power,
Yeah.
and it is your turn.
Holding up hands, being very confused about that, but I'm going to summon my astral swords into them while we're at it, and step back up in these zombie spaces, and start swinging. My 4 attacks.
And it specified the next one that hits, right?
It does.
Okay.
Their next attack that hits deals.
Okay. Same target. 18 versus AC.
Oh yeah.
21.
Nope. So that's 2.
Natural 20 for a 28.
That's
I'm pretty
3.
sure these zombies are dead.
8.
8 total.
Well, it's kind of hard to hit them when they're already obliterated.
Yeah, and it's 9 damage per attack unless the crit does something.
The crit does double damage
Okay, so
for that one swing.
9.
First one does 46 plus.
No,
No,
the-
she healed.
Oh, that's right.
No, the
that's
first one does 9.
right. Okay.
So
9, 18. So as if you would hit all 4. So
yeah, that's what
36.
There's 36,
Yeah, 36 damage on those fuckers,
which is enough to just obliterate them.
which is why I didn't take that.
Yeah, you. What are your 4 swords look like? 1, since I think we've only seen the bow thus far.
Yeah,
And-
they are blazingly lit up golden scimitars, and she is just a dervish of blades and light.
I really like to think of the bottom of a blender where it's got the
Pretty
blades
much.
at the different angles. And
Yeah.
she just starts spinning.
Yeah,
All right.
and now
Oh.
there's bones at her feet.
And since we started a new round, I'm still going to pick Rhys for this round.
That hurts you every time you say you're
I
helping
do.
Rhys, doesn't it?
I do.
All right. The first thing that's going to happen on this creature's turn is it's going to hold out its hand
And bring them all back.
and bring 2 groups of like there are still remains on the ground. 3 more sets of these zombies pull themselves up out of the ground at your feet. It is going to try and lock eyes with Galdrien again and hit him with that crackling energy.
what was it? I can't see it from here.
3.
Well, that's a 14 versus MD.
Nope, not even close that time.
It really, that's all according to its plan.
Its plan was to just like fucking suck.
Its plan was to drive you into the arms of its zombies, and really, it's accomplished that. So, on that note, Zombie Group 1 for Rhys does an 22 hit your AC.
And
You say it's
we
bumped
can
by
heal.
2. Okay.
Yes, your
hit.
defense is bumped by 2.
Then it meets it. So yes, it does
So it's-
hit. What do I heal by?
So it's when an ally is targeted by a natural attack roll of 10 or more, which he did, they and you heal 2d6 damage before you take the damage.
Is it yours or mine?
You each
We
roll
each
2d6.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then I heal 9.
I'll take 8.
Ah, haha. I still healed 9, and I had
And you can your
hit
temporary.
points of 8. So, haha.
Jola,
Yes.
that's not going to hit you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
Galdrien. I don't know why I rolled 2 die. Does a 24 hit you?
Yeah.
So you're going to take 8 points.
Jesus. I got one.
That guy is dead.
I'm just going to ignore those guys and go for the big guy because Galdrien's starting to get a little pissed off.
And
Maybe put some of your healing on Galdrien.
Yeah.
Saiyna does a 25 hit you.
Yes.
So can I borrow someone's d6?
I already gave you one.
Oh.
This is how you repaid me.
You're going to take 10 damage. It's going to take 2 damage.
So right back where I was before I healed.
Hear me, Galdrien? But you're probably gonna move up to the. Are you moving up to the big guy?
Probably. I'm pissed off at him.
Okay. Galdrien, it is your turn.
All right.
As all these zombies start lurching up out of the ground.
I've had enough of this. And he's going to try to move away from them without provoking an opportunity attack.
So 12 or better.
It is a 12.
It works.
So he's then going to go right in the face of the boating man.
And as you start charging that way, it does the classic, like, sword on its shoulder, holds out a hand, and gives you the, like, bring it.
And then right before I get within engagement range, I am going to cast... I think I'm going to cast a spell. No, you know what? No, I'll just go ahead and go for the swing with the sword. That's an 18 on the die, so let's see, 18 plus 8 plus 1. So that is
27.
20.
Right.
Yeah, 27.
27 hits.
I'm going to do 4d8 plus 4 damage
Listen, it's already got holes in its plate
And
armor.
don't forget to add your plus 46.
and plus 4d6. Not good.
Gotta do is 48 first.
So that's 16 so far, and then 46.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6. So that was. Oh, so we'll do the damage separately. So that was
So you're 16, now you're at 22.
16, 22, 24, 25. That was and 28.
28 damage.
Nice.
Very nice.
And quick action, going to cast Song of Heroes. So everyone will get an additional +1 to their hits and a +1 to their saves.
Nice.
Not that we are using our saves, but
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Rhys.
and as Galdrien hits him, he's going to say, the Sky Dweller sent you to your unmaking.
Yep. So you slice it with your sword, and it doesn't even try to move out of the way. It just kind of takes it, and whenever your sword is like stabbed into it, it pulls you really close to its face, and this horrible, musty, rotten breath just blows in your face, and it says, "I am eternal."
Let's hope for the sake of air fresheners everywhere that you're not.
Rhys, right as you got free of one group, you turn around and another group just reached up and grabbed a hold of you.
All right. So first off, I'm gonna try and disengage to see. So 12 or better.
12 or better.
Actually, 11 or better because the
Yes.
plus one. That's 12. So I will pop free from them. And then I am going to spend some sorcery points. I'm going to use maximum targets, so I still have 5 sorcery points left. So this will let me target the maximum amount plus 2 targets. Now the groups are considered one target, correct? No?
Each of them is a group with a number of members in it.
Okay. Well, one, I'm targeting Fuckface McGee over there, the big guy.
Okay.
And then I will target...
Well, what spell are you using?
I will be using Fey Voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I can target 5 nearby enemies.
Okay.
1d3 plus 2. So it gives me maximum targets plus 2 more.
Okay.
So I guess the 2 on Saiyna, the 2 on Jola, and the big fucker.
Okay.
I forgot to use a battle cry on my roll. It's been a while since I've actually swung at anyone.
Right. And this is going to go against MD. Will a 13 against MD hit?
So it will not hit the Death Knight. It will hit the zombies.
Okay. And I get to choose an effect.
I choose the effect, kick him in the dick.
Alright. It's going to do 15 damage plus 10. So that's 19 damage. Hold on. 14 and 15. 29 damage to each of them. And I'm also going to say each of my allies gain plus 2d6 with attacks that hit until the end of the battle. Non-cumulative. So for every attack y'all make, y'all get an extra 2d6.
Yep. So you handily disintegrate 4 more of these creatures.
And this is Rhys getting pissed off and just yelling, and a just cone of cold comes roiling across the battlefield.
So I'm retroactively, since my 18 was a natural even roll that I hit him with.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna use can't touch this just to give myself a +1 bonus to AC and PD
Okay.
until the end of my next turn.
So Jola, the 2 that you were about to swing on, Rhys shouted so hard they exploded.
Okay.
Which you'll probably need to keep in mind for the next time you have business dealings with him.
He doesn't scare me. So,
Scares me a little.
I'm going to use my move action to maintain the shield on him, so he still gets his +2 to all defenses.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use my Astral Seal on the big guy.
Okay.
And it says melee or ranged, so...
And you don't have anybody near you at the moment. So you don't have to worry about catching opportunity attacks for range.
Okay. Does a 16 hit him?
Is that
PD?
including your
Versus...
escalation die?
No.
And including the +1 from Galdrien.
Oh,
It's a 20.
so 20.
20 does hit him.
Versus AC? Or
Oh.
versus PD.
Yes,
Sorry,
I was going to say it hits PD.
PD. So that is 10 holy damage.
All right.
And
Add
until
2d6.
7 or 17 holy damage. And until the end of my next turn, the target takes a -2 penalty to all defenses. And if me or any ally hits it before the end of my next turn, you guys regain 8 hit points.
Oh, that'd be good.
So keep hitting it.
So since I think this is the first time we've seen this ability, no, it's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I think it's the first time it's targeted an enemy.
Yeah.
It's the end of the round. It is now round 3. The escalation die is 2, except for Jola,
Who is at 4?
who is at 4. Saiyna, everything that you were about to accomplish, you blended your people, spun around for more, and Rhys exploded them. Also, now there's this glowing sigil over the Death Knight.
Okay, cool.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
A giant WoW red targeting arrow.
Pretty much.
For me to be able to change the escalation die, does that count as an action?
What does it say?
It doesn't say. It says both. You may decrease one of the escalation die by any amount and raise the other by the same amount. And it just.
It's a free action then.
So I want to move that up 2, and I'll move this down 2.
So the party's escalation die is now a 4.
And I'm at a 2, which it says I may use the normal escalation die if it's higher. Okay, sorry. Trying to help.
So sorry. Thank you for making it easier.
For those listening, the upside to that is or the downside to that rather, is that Jola's personal escalation die can go to 8 instead of 6.
How dare you be selfless. Now watch this be one of those enemies that uses the escalation die as well.
Well, thank you. No, it is Saiyna's turn.
Does escalation die go towards damage too?
No.
No. Okay. It's been a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Saiyna is going to take her 4 astral swords. They will glow a bit brighter, and then braid themselves into her giant bow. And I'm going to shoot the big guy.
Sure.
Hit the big fucker.
That's what I'm doing. Okay.
Oh, and new round, I'm going to choose Galdrien this time.
Yay. You get +2 to defenses?
No, you get if they hit you, or if you're
Yeah.
targeted with a natural 10 or above, you get a D6. 2d6 heal.
That's good, thank you.
22 versus AC on the big guy.
That hits exactly.
Cool.
Are you going to do like the straight 60 damage?
Yes, plus his 2d6.
Yep. And you regain 8 hit points.
Sweet.
So 66.
67.
Oh, that's a 2, that's right.
Yeah. 67
Yep.
damage to the big dude.
So
Wow.
what does your shot look like when you kill the big guy?
Oh, you killed
Shot through the heart.
You gotta have one first.
So it turns into an arrow of bright golden light in the shape of an arrow, and there's just waves of light coming off of it as she shoots it.
Yeah. So your shot goes right through it, and there's just this fist-sized hole right through it. At which point it looks down, looks at you. Galdrien looks at Rhys, looks at Jola, and says, "I'll be back." And then it just falls over.
I'm going to try to grab his sword from him.
Yeah, its sword, like it stuck its sword in the ground. It falls over and just like turns into a pile of bones and armor, and its sword remains sticking out of the ground. And that's where we'll call this episode. For all the people who are like, "Oh no, you don't have enough combat. How are you challenging your players? Role playing isn't role playing. That's not what gaming is." There you go, a whole episode of combat.
I thought you said challenging.
I don't know, I've not for that 60 damage.
I know, right?
No.
You're welcome.
According to a good chunk of the gaming community, if I'm not throwing 3 to 5 fights per session at you guys, we're not actually role playing.
Holy shit. That would just be a fucking slog.
Yeah, like, I watch other media and podcasts and stuff, and
They don't do that.
over the course of a 2-hour episode, like they might have like one minor combat encounter that's like a one-on-one between a character and an NPC.
Hell, on the 4-hour ones I watch, they get one big combat and the rest is roleplay.
We're good, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not blinking over here saying, please give us more combat, sir.
Yeah, so listen, for all those podcasts that's like we're roleplay heavy, like we are actually a roleplay heavy podcast. I think listening to all of our episodes in editing, we're at like 30-70 split between combat and role playing. So
Yeah.
And sometimes we get role playing in our combats.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
how innovative.
I don't remember dripping goo and ooze from a fight and
Ooze.
Ew, ew, ew.
Ew.
goop.
Ew.
And on that note,
Have a goop day.
oh, they certainly did.
If you do mouth stuff for us, we'll give you goop.
No, we already gave them goop. We didn't even need mouse stuff.
So
I don't know. Your mouth stuff always helps me goop.
So goop us at the places, do the goop. Find us at the places, do the things.
I'm not downloading the glue brush, guys.
Yes, for all the glue.
For all the glue that you draw, get the glue brush.
So yeah,
We are the average adventuring gloop party.
the average glue party. So
Is that like lemons?
no, we're not. We're not the average lemon party.
Oh no! Don't Google that.
Best time on Cars 3. Or Cars 2.
Yep. So that's all I got. You guys got anything for this episode?
I think we've had enough.
I'll tell you when you've had enough. All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
Goop.
Great minds goop alike.
We just double gooped them.
Oh my god.